The Tale of Akira and the Butterfly Fairy. In a quaint village nestled between emerald, green mountains, there lived a kind-hearted boy named Akira.
He had grown up in this village, raised by his grandmother after his parents passed away when he was young.
Their small, wooden house sat at the edge of the forest, surrounded by blooming wildflowers.
Akira spent his days helping his grandmother tend to their garden, often daydreaming about the vast world beyond the village.
One sunny afternoon, Akira was on his way to the market to fetch vegetables for his grandmother. As he walked through the forest path, the light filtered through the trees, casting dancing shadows on the ground. He felt a sense of peace being so close to nature. It was then that something extraordinary caught his eye.
At the edge of a large leaf, shimmering in the sunlight, was a delicate butterfly. But as Akira moved closer, he noticed something peculiar. The butterfly wasn't an insect at all, it was a tiny, winged figure, a fairy. Her wings sparkled like dew in the morning light, and her long, silken hair flowed down her back. She was no bigger than Akira's hand, yet her presence filled the air with an ethereal glow. Akira's heart raced as he crouched down, careful not to frighten her. "Are you a fairy?" he whispered in awe. The tiny figure turned her gaze to him, her eyes sparkling with mischief and warmth. "I am," she said, her voice soft like the wind. "My name is Yuna, the butterfly fairy of this forest." Akira was mesmerized by her beauty and grace, unable to tear his eyes away from her. "I've never seen anything like you before," he admitted, still trying to comprehend what he was witnessing. Yuna smiled, her wings fluttering lightly. "Few have. I usually remain hidden, but today, something drew me to you, Akira." "How do you know my name?" Akira asked, bewildered. "I've watched over this forest for centuries," Yuna explained, her voice carrying a hint of mystery. "I've seen your kindness, your love for your grandmother, and the way you care for the creatures of the woods." Akira blushed, feeling both humbled and captivated. "Why would a fairy like you care about someone like me?" Yuna floated down to rest on his shoulder, her tiny fingers brushing against his skin. "Because you are special, Akira. You see the world not with your eyes, but with your heart." As the days passed, Akira found himself returning to the edge of the forest, eager to see Yuna. The two became inseparable, their bond growing stronger with each encounter. Akira would tell her stories about his village, about his dreams, and Yuna would enchant him with tales of the magical realms hidden within the forest. But as their love deepened, a shadow loomed over their happiness. One evening, Yuna's glow dimmed, and her wings began to fade. She confided in Akira that the fairies of her kind could only remain in the human world for a short time. If she didn't return to her realm soon, she would lose her magic and become trapped in the human world forever. He couldn't bear the thought of losing her. "Isn't there another way?" he asked, desperation in his voice. Yuna shook her head sadly. "If I stay, I will lose my wings, my magic, everything that makes me who I am." Tears welled in Akira's eyes, but he knew he couldn't be selfish. "I don't want you to lose your magic, Yuna. You belong in the world where you're free." Yuna touched his cheek gently. "You will always be in my heart, Akira. And just as I will return to my world, I will watch over you from afar." The next morning, at the break of dawn, they shared a final, tearful farewell. Yuna's wings shimmered one last time before she vanished into the soft light of the forest, leaving only a single, shimmering butterfly in her place. Akira held onto the memory of Yuna for the rest of his life, carrying her love in his heart like a precious treasure. And though he could no longer see her, he felt her presence in the soft breeze that rustled the leaves, in the butterflies that danced among the flowers, and in the gentle glow of the forest that would always be their secret place. From that day on, Akira lived a life full of love, compassion, and gratitude, knowing that somewhere, in a realm beyond his own, Yuna watched over him, just as she always had.